You can listen to Football for Kids completely ad-free by signing up on Patreon or on Apple Podcast subscription. Hello grown-ups. Are you already starting to think about the summer holidays and how to keep the kids busy? Yeah, I thought you might. Today's podcast is brought to you by Kellogg's Football Camps, a brilliant solution for families looking to keep kids active, having fun and building confidence this summer. With camps for girls and boys aged 5 to 15, Kellogg's are offering over 39,000 free places at sessions hosted by over 70 pro football clubs across the UK. From Colchester to Cardiff, Glasgow to London. It's a great chance for kids to get out, to play football and make new friends over the summer break. To book a free place, just buy a promotional Kellogg's Football Camps pack and scan the QR code to choose a club near you. T's and C's apply, subject to availability.
If you're a small business owner, you'll know just what it's like to be the chief everything officer. HR, payroll, employee benefits. Well, Gusto can do all of that for you. Gusto is online payroll and benefits software built for small businesses. It's all in one, remote friendly, and incredibly easy to use. It's quick and simple to switch to Gusto. Just transfer your existing data to get up and running fast. Try Gusto today at gusto.com/lockedonsoccer and get 3 months free when you run your first payroll. That's gusto.com/lockedonsoccer.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CUP26 to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Welcome to the Football for Kids podcast with me, Darren Rees, and welcome to the second episode in this triple header Cameo special. And just a reminder that I am on Cameo, so if there is a listener who would like a birthday message, a pep talk, a special shout out video message from me, Darren Rees, at the Football for Kids podcast, just search Darren Rees, Football for Kids in the Cameo app, and the rest is as easy as a tap in at the back post. Right then, in this episode, we're going to be talking about Jude Bellingham. This is in fact the third episode I've done on Jude Bellingham, as the second episode I did on him was in December 2024. So we're going to discover his journey from December 2024 all the way up until the 1st of July 2026. So, by December 2024, Jude was already a Champions League winner with Real Madrid. He'd already made the Bernabéu roar. He had already shown the world that he was not just a brilliant young player, he was different. But from December 2024 to July 2026, his story changed again. This was a chapter where Jude had to grow under the brightest lights in football. Real Madrid, England, huge matches, huge pressure, some injury, surgery, some recovering, trophies, records, World Cup nights, and he'd done all of this before turning 23 years old. That is crazy. Most players are still trying to find their place at that age. Jude Bellingham was already carrying expectation on his shoulders like a captain carrying a flag into battle. From Birmingham City to Borussia Dortmund to Real Madrid to the World Cup stage across North America, this is far from just a normal football story. This is a story about courage, about growing up very quickly, about handling noise, pressure and pain, and about what can happen when talent meets work, belief and a heart that refuses to shrink. So take your seat, because this is the next chapter in the Jude Bellingham story. So, Let's jump back to December 2024. Jude Bellingham had helped Real Madrid win La Liga, the Champions League and the Supercopa de España. And then came another chance to lift some more silverware. The FIFA Intercontinental Cup. The final was being played on the 18th of December 2024 in Qatar. Real Madrid would go on to play CF Pachuca from Mexico. Now, by this point, Jude was not just a young lad doing well. No, he was part of the rhythm of Real Madrid, part of their heartbeat, you could say. The player who could take the ball in a storm and somehow make everything feel calmer. And in the 37th minute, he helped open the door. Bellingham slipped a beautiful pass through to Vinny Jr., who danced around the goalkeeper, squared the ball to Kylian Mbappé, who would of course then go and score. Real Madrid went on to win that match 3-0. Another trophy, another big final. Another night where Jude Bellingham looked completely at home among the stars. And that is important because at Real Madrid, you do not just play football, you carry history. Every pass seems to feel louder, every mistake feels bigger, every trophy matters, especially at that level. But Jude, he didn't shrink. He stepped into that white shirt under those bright lights and showed once again that he belonged. As 2025 arrived, Jude Bellingham's job at Real Madrid began to change. In the first season in Spain, Jude had exploded forward like a rocket. He scored goals, arrived in the box at exactly the right time, and finished the 2023-24 La Liga season with 19 league goals. But now, Kylian Mbappé was very much a part of the Real Madrid attack, alongside stars like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. So, Jude had to adapt. Instead of always being the player bursting into the box to score, he often had to drop deeper, help control midfield, win the ball back, create chances and keep the team well balanced. His league goals dropped from 19 to 9, but that does not mean he suddenly became less important. Far from it. Sometimes football asks you to do a different job for the team, and Jude did exactly that. He still played more than 30 league matches. He created goals, he still fought, he still carried the ball through the traffic like a knight riding through a storm. But it was a tough season for Real Madrid that season. They lost the Copa del Rey final 3-2 after extra time against Barcelona. Then they were knocked out of the Champions League by Arsenal in the quarter-finals. And through it all, Jude was still playing with a shoulder problem that had been troubling him for quite some time. That's the thing about elite football. It's not all glory, trophy and fireworks. Sometimes it's pain, adapting, learning, losing, then getting back up again. And after that heavy 2024-25 season, Jude Bellingham did not get to put his feet up, grab an ice lolly and disappear for the summer. No chance. Real Madrid were off to the United States of America for the brand new 32-team FIFA Club World Cup. And there was a new voice in charge. Carlo Ancelotti had left Real Madrid and Xabi Alonso had arrived as head coach. A new manager, a new system, a new tournament, and Jude, still dealing with that long-term shoulder problem, was right in the middle of it all. But then comes a moment when even the bravest footballers have to listen to their bodies. After Real Madrid were beaten by PSG in the FIFA Club World Cup, Jude Bellingham finally had to stop. For months he played through the shoulder problem. Tackles, sprints, passes, headers, falls, huge matches, all with pain sitting there like an unwanted passenger. Then, on July 16th, 2025, Real Madrid confirmed Jude had successful surgery on his left shoulder. And that mattered. Because sometimes courage is not just playing through the pain. Sometimes courage is saying, right, I need to get this fixed. He missed the start of a new season, and of course the football world kept moving without him. Real Madrid matches, England qualifiers, big nights, big noise, but no Jude Bellingham. Then came another little sting. At the 2025 Ballon d'Or, Jude finished 23rd after coming 3rd the year before. For some players, that might feel like falling off a mountain. Jude had been hurt, he'd been knocked back and forced to rebuild, but the story was far from ending. Not even close. After surgery, Jude Bellingham had to do something every great player must do at some point: come back. By autumn 2025, he was back training with Real Madrid, building himself up again after months away with the shoulder injury. But Real Madrid were not calm in the water. Oh no, the season began bumpy, noisy and difficult. Xabi Alonso left as head coach in January 2026. A new boss would arrive with new pressure and new ideas, and Jude had to fit into the system yet again. He had to find his rhythm again. He had to remind himself of the player he was yet again. He scored in his return in a big game against Juventus in the Champions League, and through the season he kept fighting to influence matches even when Madrid were wobbling around him. But the trophies, they didn't come easy. Barcelona beat Real Madrid in the Supercopa de España, then Barcelona beat Madrid again to seal the La Liga title. For Jude, this was not the shiny, easy part of the story. This was the gritty part, the rebuilding part, the can you still stand tall when the storm is throwing everything at you part. And Jude Bellingham, still only in his very early 20s, kept showing up, time and time again. And just a reminder before we race into the World Cup part of Jude Bellingham's story, this episode is being recorded on the 1st of July 2026, before England played DR Congo in the round of 32 at the FIFA World Cup. And after everything Jude had been through, the shoulder pain, the surgery, the recovery, the pressure at Real Madrid, the World Cup became his stage again. Under Thomas Tuchel, England asked Jude to do a little bit of everything. Drop deep, win the ball, drive forward, create, score, lead, basically be the engine, the spark plug and occasionally the firework as well. England opened against Croatia in Dallas, Texas and won 4-2. Jude started and he made history by becoming the youngest European player to appear at 4 major international tournaments. What an achievement, what a record. Then came Ghana in Boston, a tight, frustrating 0-0 game. It wasn't the sort of game that gets clipped into highlight reels, but still a huge night for Jude, because he became the youngest England men's player to ever reach 50 caps. Another record broken for such a young, talented individual. Then came Panama, in the rain in New Jersey. England needed someone to break the lock, and Jude did. He reacted quickest from a Bukayo Saka corner, scored the opener, then helped create Harry Kane's record-breaking World Cup goal. Goal, assist, and the player of the match. That is what great players do. They do not wait for the perfect moments, they make them. But away from the goals, the records and the roaring crowds, this is still the story of a boy from Stourbridge, near Birmingham, who worked, who listened, learned, suffered, came back and kept believing. So, if you're listening with a ball at your feet and a dream in your head, remember Jude Bellingham. Talent is special, but courage, hard work and heart, that is where the magic lives. And remember, if you know someone who loves football just as much as you do, then please tell them about the Football for Kids podcast. And whether you're playing football soon, watching it on the telly or pitch side, I hope that you enjoy the game. See you next time. Oh, and remember, if you want birthday messages, personalised videos, shout-outs, pep talks, or anything else alike, please search Darren Rees Football for Kids in the Cameo app today.